When talking about the vastness of the universe, we often easily mention enormous numbers. But what is much harder is to imagine how huge these celestial bodies are, how far away they are, and how many there are. Before trying to understand the infinite vastness of the universe, let's start with our cosmic home, the Milky Way galaxy. Have you ever wondered, how vast is our galaxy? The Milky Way galaxy, also called the galactic disk, is a gigantic structure containing hundreds of billions of stars, planets, nebulae, and countless mysterious objects, all linked together by gravity. It stretches across an area with a diameter of about 100,000 light-years. But what exactly is 100,000 light-years? In today's video, we will explore together. Are you ready? Let's start our journey into space. The solar system, the Earth, and all human life are contained within this vast galaxy. However, because we are inside it, we cannot take a panoramic photo of the Milky Way from outside. Still, you can admire its beauty with your own eyes. On clear, cloudless nights that are dark enough, especially in places free from light pollution, the Milky Way appears as a silvery band stretching across the sky. It extends from the constellation Cassiopeia in the north to the constellation Crux in the south. The Milky Way is a barred spiral galaxy with a bulging center and hundreds of billions of stars located in its spiral arms. Measuring its size is not simple, as it depends on the sensitivity of the instruments and observation methods. However, after many years of research, scientists estimate that the diameter of the Milky Way is about 100,000 light-years. But just how wide is 100,000 light-years? A light-year, which sounds like a unit of time, is actually a measure of distance in astronomy. It is the distance that light travels in 1 year. And did you know? The speed of light in a vacuum is up to 300,000 kilometers per second. Multiply that by the number of seconds in a year, and you get a huge number. Light travels approximately 9.5 trillion kilometers in just 1 year. So if it's 100,000 light years, that distance equals 950 million billion kilometers. Written out, that's the number 950 followed by 15 zeros. A colossal number almost impossible to imagine. Now you can somewhat feel overwhelmed by the scale of the Milky Way, the galaxy we live in, when you look up at the night sky, right? But that's just the surface. To truly understand the greatness of the Milky Way, look inside it. Spanning approximately 950 million billion kilometers, the Milky Way is home to between 100 and 400 billion stars and at least as many planets. All these celestial bodies arrange into 4 giant spiral arms surrounding the bulging center of the galaxy. What about our sun? It's just one of those hundreds of billions of stars. Small and ordinary, in a universe so vast it makes humans feel like mere specks of dust. In fact, the solar system is about 26,000 light-years away from the galactic center, tucked deep inside a spiral arm named Orion. If you could stand outside and look at the entire Milky Way, you would not be able to pinpoint the exact position of the solar system. It would be just a tiny dot in the vast sky among hundreds of billions of other stars. This fact forces us to admit that we are truly tiny, not only within the galaxy but in the whole universe. But wait, the Milky Way, while vast, is nothing compared to other galaxies in the local group, where the Milky Way ranks second in size. The largest is the Andromeda Galaxy, also known as M31, with an estimated diameter of 220,000 light-years, more than twice the size of the Milky Way. However, that's just within our neighborhood. Looking beyond the universe, our Milky Way becomes incredibly tiny. To date, the largest galaxy ever observed by humans is Alcyonius, discovered in February 2022. You won't believe it. The estimated size of Alcyonius is 16.3 million light-years. That means it's 163 times larger than the Milky Way. Before Alcyonius was found, IC 1101, an elliptical galaxy about 5.5 million light-years across, held the record for the largest galaxy. But since 2022, IC 1101 has had to give up the title. So there you have it. In this universe, there are gigantic galaxies that we cannot even begin to imagine. And whenever you look up at the night sky, fascinated by the shimmering stars, perhaps in your heart you have wished to fly beyond the solar system, to truly feel the overwhelming vastness of the universe, where our Milky Way is just a tiny dot amid the infinite cosmos. But harsh reality pulls us back to the present. Until now, no unmanned spacecraft has managed to leave the solar system. Voyager 1, the spacecraft NASA launched in 1977, is the pioneer messenger on the journey to the farthest reaches of space. It is currently the farthest spacecraft from Earth ever built by humanity. Although it has been traveling for over 47 years, Voyager 1 is only about 24.6 billion kilometers away from us and is still lingering at the outer edge of the solar system. According to calculations, it will take another 300 years for Voyager 1 to reach the Oort cloud, a hypothetical space region surrounding the solar system. And to completely escape that cloud, the spacecraft will take an additional 30,000 years. Perhaps only then will humanity officially record the first spacecraft leaving the solar system. And if you're dreaming of flying to the center of the Milky Way, please be patient for about 1.7 billion more years. That's how long Voyager 1 would need if it kept flying straight non-stop in that direction. Sounds overwhelming, right? With a human lifespan of only a few decades, such journeys seem impossible. We, tiny creatures, living briefly in a vast and infinite universe. But that doesn't mean we give up. Because inside each of us burns a flame of passion, of the desire to explore, and of dreams reaching for the stars. The generations before inspired us, and today's youth continue to learn and research tirelessly, hoping that one day a spacecraft built by Vietnamese hands will fly to Mars or even beyond the boundary of the solar system. And who knows, maybe one of you watching this video today will be the person to make that seemingly impossible dream a reality. We hope that Derelictrix's space exploration videos can inspire and ignite the passion within young hearts, so together we can conquer distant horizons in the future. With that, our video comes to an end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For now, goodbye and see you on the next exploration journey.